I think Echo could be pretty interesting. Yo guys, Pinkward here, and today's video is sponsored by Professor. Most of you know me as the AP Shaco guy, but there are times where I do enjoy venturing out to play new stuff. That's where Professor comes in handy. It gives me access to a ton of builds for different champions I might want to try. With just a few clicks, you can find the most popular builds the pro players are running every game. Along with that, Professor gives you a list of recent changes so you know what's been previously buffed or nerfed on your champion. Once you get into game, Professor has an overlay that gives you all the info you've searched for right on your main monitor. It gives you the next item you should be building, the next skill you should be maxing, and even info on how your teammates and enemies have been performing in previous games. So don't miss your chance. Find your new main this preseason with Professor. Check out the link in the description below for the free download. Much love guys, and enjoy the video. So I was thinking about so I was talking about it last game, but I'm personally thinking about starting up somewhat of a series that like explains, or that like is a like kind of like aiming on personal growth through playing the game, right? More of like as I play through the like starting up a new lane, playing like becoming a mid lane main or something entertaining to watch, and going through like my different like giving my outlook, my grievances with the lane, and like different things like that, but also like in more of a storytelling aspect. No, not mid lane Shaco. Completely off Shaco. It would be the point of lane swapping and building a story off of learning a new role.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't think I would be able to do it in one video. It would have to be more in like, I don't know. See, like
What separates groups is when dead ones.
it's hard because League is a different game from like the inspiration I'm taking for it. You're talented.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, I'm fucked top lane now. Great. Bro, I don't fucking care about Shaco, chat. The point is to get off of Shaco and to learn something else. Holy fuck, dude. You know how miserable it is to fucking play Shaco top lane in a state of the game where it's like completely dog shit? Shaco jungle was completely fine, but holy fuck is it fucking awful to play Shaco top. My point is learning something new, improving myself, having a goal outside of playing Shaco top lane. But you guys are so fucking... so fucking tunnel vision on Shaco, Shaco, Shaco. You aren't listening to what I am saying.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Opportunity rewards those who wait. An ally has been slain.
My point would be to pick up 2 to 3 champions and focus on them in the mid lane. And having a series of improving on those champions, having like 3 to 5 games per video of like cut down content of me like explaining my like thought processes and grievances throughout the laning phases and through the overall like trying to build a story on the progression of the account. With obviously the aim being to like get the highest rank that I can.
Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain.
Well, the inspiration comes from 2 places. OSRS is one of the places. The other place is Calcep. Calcep's gathered inspiration from Rust content creators, which I've also watched Rust content creators in terms of their ability to tell a story on while they're playing on a server.
An enemy is
Waylon being one of the main people who comes to mind, who is able to convey a story of initial like the initial like joining of a server, the impact of like people who are antagonists in the story, as Waylon would be the protagonist, you know. I feel like there are different ways to tell stories and different like characters to be had in the story, which it's kind of hard to draw out a protagonist in like League, because like games are 30 minutes long, so there's not a lengthy
an ally has been slain.
there's not that like lengthy like player to be the protagonist. That's why I was thinking of like 3 to 5 games where maybe you can draw out a protagonist in one of the games, maybe like someone who's toxic or someone who's like the one to like kill in the enemy team or something. But you can't like repeat that every single game or every single video, you know. So it comes down to like wondering if I like how I would like structure a video in that manner. For a League video specifically. And I would, I don't know, I feel like a series could do fine, right? I feel like having like multiple week having like a multi-week piece, right? Like 4 or 5 week. I mean, it all depends on how long my grind is, right? And I mean, it would like show the ups and downs in climbing, I'm sure. Like, I have the macro skill to understand the game from a macro point of view, but I don't have the micro skill of knowing mid lane champions and matchups. And I feel like drawing out a story of learning that would be pretty interesting. Well, my point would be that I would be the protagonist in the story of trying to climb, you know. Yes, Stephen. That's like one of my things that like I feel would be a strength for my overall.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
For the overall series would be my like my way to narrate the actual story.
An enemy has been slain.
Do I have any champs in mind? Well, I try to have a rounded out like champ pool. I think I enjoy playing Vex. I think she's interesting. I don't think she has like the outplay potential of a lot of champions, but I think she's like interesting enough. I definitely should have like something that's higher skill cap, which is like a thought of like Silas or some kind of like AD champ, maybe. I mean, I definitely should have an AD champ, but like Silas being one that could be the off, like.
Shut down. Enemy killing spree.
How do I calculate the clone tether range? Tons of game time. I don't know. 4 champions seems like a lot. Like, and like I feel like it would be better to like introduce champions over the like over the time, you know, like over the like month or 2 months that like the series is going on. Like start out with 1, start out with 2, something like that, and build up the champ pool over those few months. Like, I don't know. So I would want to start with 2 champions, right? An AD and an AP. So it's the question of how, like, what 2 champions would be great to like start with. 2 champions just because like AD/AP, but also like the issue with like a champion being banned or something, right? It's like what I do if the champion I'm like aiming to grow up on gets banned. Like I think Vex is not super popular ban, but I think she definitely is a champion that gets banned a lot. I'm talking about mid lane. I'm not trying to do off meta stuff.
Enemy double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I think Vex is one. Maybe I don't need an AD as a secondary. Maybe I can have AD come as a third. Like an AD champion come in as third.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I think Echo could be pretty interesting. I already have experience on Echo.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. has been slain.
I don't see Viego mid as a terrible mid lane champ or mid lane pick. I don't think he's great, but I don't know. I definitely feel like an AD champion mid lane would come later in the like series.